Hi, it's Valerie Milano from the Hollywood Times, and we have Selena here with us. And I would like for her to introduce herself since she knows herself better than I do.
Hello, everybody. I'm Selena Anduze, and I'm an actress and an essence coach, and I'm here to talk about the film From the Shadows.
Yay, love it. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Um, Still, it's afternoon, though, Valerie. Get it right, and then we can keep going. What are some of the film? What are some of the film inspirations behind From the Shadows? Would you tell
So,
me?
um, the inspirations for me from my character,
Yes, please.
in particular, I'm very, very fascinated by the occult, fascinated by the reason why we as human beings seek meaning in things that aren't there. And I love that when this script popped up and it was, hidden wisdom and was the name of the cult in it. And I was like, ooh, this sounds like something juicy. This sounds like something I could connect with. And so some of my, I should say, inspirations came from, I grew up on the X-Files, watching, David Duchovny on the X-Files and loving that show. And many of the unsolved mysteries with Jonathan Frakes, stuff like that. So of course I tapped into my childhood and everything that I was really fascinated that was unsolved, the things that we try to solve that are in the shadows that we have no idea about. So it seemed like a perfect fit when the character came along.
Yeah, well, this is a new supernatural horror film for those that haven't read about it, and it's coming out September 22nd. A key to great horror stories is the human element, with a growing awareness of mental health, mental health in society. Would you say this is one of the human elements used in the film?
I do think so, yes, because it shows that those who are kind of deemed by society as weak-minded or in need of answers don't always find it in the best places. And sometimes they are taken advantage of when they're simply seekers. And my character gets to exploit that a little bit because she's an investigative journalist who's trying to get those answers. She lost her mother to a cult at a young age, and so it's something that always plagued her. And I think that it does, how art always imitates life. I think we have so much of that, and right now in society we have a lot of people who are looking for those answers, and mental health is certainly on the rise. And I love that this film kind of takes a little bit of a spin in polarity to showing that it's a wonderful thing to seek, but be careful where you look.
Was there a specific reason in the order of those killed by the
In the
shadows?
order of the ones killed, I'm actually not entirely sure. I'm
Okay.
going to leave the writers to answer that one, or maybe
Okay.
even Keith David could answer that one. I all I know is that I went along for the ride, and I didn't know what order people were going to be killed because I actually showed up to the role literally while they were filming it. So I got the role after a previous actress had unfortunately had to step out, and so they were already filming, and I wasn't aware of a whole lot of the build up to the story.
Well, can you describe the video call the group was on for the movie? How was
Wow.
how was it shot? Did shooting a Zoom call for the majority of the film prove to be difficult?
I feel like everyone was so excited and on task. This happened during the pandemic, and so Zoom was something we were pretty familiar with at this point. And so I love how everybody really stepped up to the plate and said, you know what, let's make this work. And even if so I'm on a Zoom call, and we're filming, and the kids are literally just a couple of doors down in the same building doing each in their individual rooms with their cameras. And it was really, really awesome because it made us feel like we were all separated, and it was very realistic, and it added to the creepiness and the eeriness of it all, where I didn't know what each room looked like that each of the other actors were in. So it felt very, very real. And I love that the whole crew and the writers and the director and the producers really, really brought that to life during a time when it was already pretty creepy during the pandemic.
Yeah, you can say that again. The ending of the movie may leave viewers wondering about a sequel. After the writer's strike, what are the chances of a sequel happening? Do you have any clue?
I don't have a clue, but I'm going to lean towards they're pretty good. I think the chances are pretty good because, yes, the film is a complete story on its own. However, I think fans are really going to want to know what happens next, or if something happens next, because there's a whole nother pathway, a whole nother branch of storytelling that can happen here. And I think that it would be even more fun. So I'm up for a sequel for sure.
Beautiful. Well, I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I know you're busy. You're in New York. It's a little later there. And I just again want to thank you for your time, Selena. We're the Hollywood Times today. Our YouTube is the Hollywood Times official. And maybe our paths will cross, not virtually, but hopefully in person. I appreciate
Absolutely.
you.
I look forward to it. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank
Bye.
you so much. Bye-bye.